Greetings, peace be with you. Hope that you're staying strong. Hope that you're continuing to level up, to improve, to grow, to keep your awareness, to keep your attention on all that this beautiful life has to offer, rather than getting caught up in that cycle of fear mongering, of negativity, of that low vibration energy, right? And that's exactly what I want to share with you in this video: how to stop getting hacked. Because anytime that we do something that doesn't serve us, that feels good in the moment, but we know is damaging our well-being in the long term, then that is an example of us being hacked. When we go for the sugar and feel good in the moment, but know this is not serving us in the long term, that is an example of getting hacked. I remember going through the cycle. I'm like, this is the last time I'm going to bust a nut watching pixels on a screen. And then the next day I was like, I'd do it again, and then I'd beat myself up and then experience the shame and the guilt. And that was an example of me getting hacked, right? And really it starts with the understanding that this mind-body system that we have, this is not who we are, right? Our body is not who we are. Every single cell within your body will end up changing itself over the next 7 years. So you're not your body. Your mind is not who you are, right? Your brain rewires itself to reflect new experiences. Your identity is not who you are, right? Your opinions, your prejudices, your labels, your race, your nationality is not who you are. These are all the experiences that we're having, and our mind-body system is what plugs us into this physical dimension. But when that mind-body system gets hacked by these ulterior agendas, which are really having a lot of other goals in their mind, right? They want control, they want you to give them your energy, right? And it comes down to control, it comes down to manipulation. But let's not talk about that too much. Let's talk about how we can actually take the power back, right? So understanding the chakra system, right? The 7 energy centers within your body, starting at the root chakra, right? Which is associated with our own survival, with our grounding. And when it actually gets blocked by fear, right? And when there's a lot of fear that's going around, that is going through the minds of men, the seeds are being planted. Oh, you have to survive. Oh, there's this phenomenon occurring that's killing everyone. Oh, there's this happening. You have to watch out. You have to, and then you get trapped in that paradigm of survival, right? You think that there's some survival. You think that somehow you're going to survive, and you get trapped in that reptilian part of the brain, the fight or flight mode, right? And you can't rise above that because you're trapped in that lower energy field, right? And then of course getting up to the sacral chakra, which is having to do with our emotions, right? And what is all of this conditioning around? For example, you know, the expression of I'm just thinking about the words to use over here, because you know, when we actually watch these pixels on a screen and this become conditioned into us, that you know, we have that quick fix that comes when we bust a nut. Like, that is because the sacral chakra has been blocked by the cultural narratives of the role that sexuality plays in our lives, right? And like, when we think that it's something to get, it's this pleasure that we experience with the mind-body system, then we are actually not opening our minds to the reality of the bigger picture of spirituality, about like, that's what they did in the ancient cultures of Tantra, of Taoism, right? So where am I going with all of this? Look, at the end of the day, when you get trapped in those lower chakras, in fear, in guilt, in shame, when you're carrying this low vibration energy, that is when we go through the motions of exhibiting behaviors that don't serve us, right? Because we're trapped in that low vibration energy. And usually it's like fame, it's a fear, guilt, shame, right? And that just comes from paradigm, the narratives, the stuff that we've been fed into, right? But as we can learn to let go of that and rise to the solar plexus chakra, for example, which has to do with that of our willpower, right? Even though you feel like watching TV, you feel like busting a nut, you feel like eating the sugar, you feel like skipping out on the workout, when you are vibrating at the level of the solar plexus chakra, for example, you do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel, because you know this is what it is here to actually, this is something that's going to serve you right now, right? And that's when you get to the level of willpower, to the level of doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel, right? Because that is the programming, right? When we get attached to our mind and our body, where everything in this physical dimension is designed to make us think that this is real, what we're experiencing right now is real, you are from this country, you are this label, you are this type of person, that is that type of person. We think that this is all real, and therefore we get trapped in the cycle of going towards pleasure and moving away from pain, right? That is a fundamental program that used to run the primitive humans. And in the society that we live in right now, all these, like this pleasure center, this reward center has been hijacked, right? The dopamine reward system, which really motivates us to do things again and again and again, that has been hacked by the food industry, right? By eating the sugar, salt, and strange man-made fats, right? It's been hacked by the pornography industry, right? By giving us that instant gratification through the pixels on a screen. It's been hacked by the big media who are fear-mongering, getting us trapped in that lower thing. The more we can actually elevate our awareness and realize we are not our experience, we are not this body, we're not this mind, we're something that is beyond that, that is, you know, the infinite awareness that is experiencing this right now, and identify with that, the more we can elevate in our chakras, right? Eventually getting to the heart chakra, of opening up, of seeing the unity in all of this multiplicity of duality, right? Understanding that we came from the same source, we're headed towards the same source, and we're all each other, living different lives, having different experiences, but the consciousness, the awareness is the same in the backdrop, right? And eventually getting to the throat chakra, expressing ourselves, third eye chakra, getting a vision for our future, and eventually the crown chakra, transcending everything and experiencing the unity that comes when we realize that that is the only reality. Unconditional love is the only thing that's real. Everything else, duality, is an illusion, right? The Maya matrix. The more we get plugged into the Maya matrix, the more we think that the senses are real, the more we think that we need to move towards pleasure, then move away from pain. But the more we can elevate our energy, right? Elevate our vibration, look at the level of neutrality, of seeing that everything happens exactly how it's supposed to, without judgment. We shift into observation, right? Seeing everything play out without attaching too much to a judgment that's being passed, elevating to the level of joy, of peace, of fulfillment, right? Of seeing the beauty in all of the chaos that's taking place right now, and understanding that there are powers at play that do not have the best interests at heart. They have their own agenda, which is manipulation, which is control, and that is why we see so much stuff that is going on in the mainstream right now, where it's fear mongering, whereby it's getting people trapped in that low level vibration. It's getting people trapped to bust out that life force energy, which really is a source of our creative energy, and then the energy can't travel up because it's leaving our body, right? You know what I'm talking about. Made a lot of videos on semen retention and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, understanding that how you feel is not who you are. You could feel anyway, but when you know what the right thing is in your heart, right? Tune in over here. There's a vortex energy field. You tune in, you know what that right thing is. You do it regardless of how you feel. You wake up in the morning even though you don't feel like it. You go to the gym even though you don't feel like it. You don't bust a nut even though you do feel like it, right? Because you realize you are not your emotions. Your emotions are something that you're experiencing, and the more you can grow that distance from your emotions, from your thoughts, from who you're labeled, from who you think you are, the more you give yourself the power to choose who you want to be, right? To create yourself anew, rather than get caught up in the conditioning, right? To shift from the cycle of compulsive reaction to taking back the power of conscious creation, of choosing how you wish to express yourself in this world. Okay, so stop getting hacked. Understand that the power is in your hands, even though the powers that be do not want you to know that, right? They want you to plug into the Maya matrix with your 5 senses. But once you realize who you really are as pure infinite awareness, having this temporary experience, the more you take your power back, and the more you create the life and the person and the situation and the circumstances that you are here to create. So with that, I conclude this video. I hope you got value from it, and I'll see you in the next one. Much love to you. Take care.